Hey YouTube, Hester781. So, following the repair-a-thon theme, I got three Stihl handheld leaf blowers. One is a BG86C, a BG55, and a BG56C. All in various states of no idea if they work, don't know what they need. They haven't run in about a year and a half. So, can you go through each one, see what they need, see if they're worth fixing, and get them back in service? So let me get you set up and probably start with the newest looking one. All right, so looks pretty clean. First impressions. Oof, had a little pressure in there, so I bet there's fuel. A little bit. I'm pretty sure he threw fuel in these and tried to start them, but like I said, I know exactly as much as you guys do at this point. And she's priming. Okay. Well, what do you say? Let's give her some choke, see if she'll run. Before I get carried away, I just want to see if there's an air filter in here and how clean it is. And I was going to say it's black, but I think it's supposed to be black. It looks pretty clean. We'll leave that out for now. All right, place your bets. Choke on. All right, yeah, so as soon as you pull the trigger, the choke shuts off, so fire in the hole. Turn the choke off. Nothing. We try holding the throttle wide open. Nope. So figure, let's start with spark. Oh, they put this in a very convenient location, huh? Nice and easy to get to. Wasn't too tight. Looks brand new. And survey says it's clean. Is it wet or is that just old remnants? Yeah, not wet at all. All right. So I bet if we squirt a little bit of fuel down there, it might just kick over and take off. So that's what I'm going to do. A little bit of two-stroke. And give her the spurs. All right, attempt number 2. Fire in the hole. All right, well, she will run. She didn't take over, though. That's me putting the choke on, so how about a half choke? Nope. All right, so is it a dirty carb or is it an adjustment? Interesting. Okay, so I feel like my options are A, pull the carb, take it all apart, and then have to do these adjustments anyway, or B, start off by simply seeing if it's an adjustment. So we got low speed, high speed, and I believe the idle set screw here. So my plan is to turn the idle screw in, maybe 2 or 3 turns, just to raise the idle up a hair. Open the low speed up, maybe a 1/4 of a turn, and start there. See if it takes over. This is just a simple flathead, even though this screwdriver is too big. So I just got to get a smaller blade, and we'll be in business. All right, so if and when this thing starts up, you're not going to hear a word I'm saying, but I'm going to try to keep it running is basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep tweaking the low speed, see if it'll give me some throttle response, and just kind of go from there. Also, yes, I haven't ruled out that the fuel's any good, but I trust this guy, and I think I'm almost 100% sure he topped this off, gave it a few pulls, and then just gave up like we did. So start here. I'm going to open the high speed up a little bit. idle up just a hair. Let's throw the air filter back on so we get the proper drag, and then you guys don't yell at me. Just wanted to get a baseline, you know. It's already a lot better. Okay, what did we learn? All right, well, progress. We got it to stay running, but it's running like crap. So I'm 99% sure there's limiters on these screws because I can't open it up. I mean, I got the low speed to move a touch and stopped there. I can adjust the idle, no problem, but I think the EPA is trying to tell us how to live our lives. So let's pop that cover off and see if I'm right. So 3 T27 Torx. I think it's just 3. Is this spark plug boot in the way? Not really. That comes off. And yeah, sure enough. See, now as of right now, I go to turn that and I can't. It's hitting the housing. Same with the high speed. Unfortunately, this is not uncommon across the manufacturers. They set these things to run on barely any fuel to keep the Californians happy. But sometimes it's necessary to do some deletion. Yep, sure enough. There's a little tab. You guys can see it right there. How are you supposed to let the ponies gallop if there's no room to run? So let me screw with that a little bit because you guys are standing right where I'd rather be. And I'll turn you back on in a second. All right, and the high side came off in one piece, but you can see exactly how they make it so you can just about not adjust it. And the only benefit, if any, that those have is they sort of funnel the screwdrivers in so that you're not bouncing off up and down, but you can still miss. So I'm really not going to miss it. So let's slap these back together. See what we can do now. And once again, you're really not going to hear me while I'm doing it, but starting with the low, moving to the high, and then I got to turn the idle back down. So fingers crossed, no choke. Much better already. I did move it a touch. All right, excellent. Thing's running like a top. Now with two-stroke equipment, I'll usually let it sit and get cold and then try it again before I give it the full thumbs up. Just want to take a peek at the fuel filter. This machine's pretty new, so I'm not suspecting it's bad. And actually, yeah, that thing's basically brand new. So, sweet. I think we're just going to move on to the next one in line. All right, on to the next victim. Again, pressure in there. Plenty of fuel, same color as the last one. Choke works. Seeing if we're getting some prime. Not feeling it. Not getting anything up there, huh? Oh, wait a minute. There it comes. Okay, might have to, gotta check that fuel filter. Give that a blowout. And I'm probably gonna do the same thing to this one. Give it a little dribble. Just save myself the pulling. My shoulders are not the best. And how are we looking? Yeesh. Pretty dirty. How's that gap? All right. I'm gonna check that out. Maybe give that a quick little wire brush. Squirt some fuel down the hole, see if she kicks over. My suspicions were correct. So spec is 20 thousandths. And that doesn't even fit. Okay, now I'm stretched it out into my gap checker. So it was pretty tight. Just about there. All right, now let's throw some fuel. All right, place your bets. All right, she runs. Not happy about it, but she runs. I think it might need an adjustment, just like its brother. Let's start there. I did take a quick peek. This does have the limiters still installed. So it's just quicker. See if you can get the carb to run right before you take it all apart. Just to find out nothing's wrong. And then you got to put it back together and change it all anyway. So let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Watch your ears. And we got those off. I'm going to do just like the other one. Just a quarter turn. And a little bit on that one. Of course, there was a little broken there. And I'm going to turn the idle up just a tickle. Let's try it. All right, round 2. Fight. What did I do? I made it worse? Impossible. All right, I've lost my prime. And there's a lot of pressure right there. So are we venting? Let's check. Probably should have started with checking the filter, but it is here. And it's kind of crummy, huh? Does this come off? It must. That's our tank vent. So should be able to. I think it's working. Yeah, there we go. Let's check out the fuel filter. Just crossing off our checklist here. Come on, where is it? I keep catching it and losing it. There we go. All right, she's clean as a whistle, so that ain't the problem. Might just be a crunchy carb. I had to open that up quite a bit to get it to start cooperating. So there's the filter. I honestly, is that mold or is it just supposed to be gray? Let's try running without it and see where we get. It's also not priming up very well. Curious. So I have a sneaking suspicion that a fuel line might be broken here. So I want to dump all this out and see if we can get our scope down there. Let's see if that's actually happening or if I'm just being paranoid. I tell you one thing though, there's a lot of crap in that tank. See all those little white swirlies? So just gave that a good blowout. Now let's go deeper. All right, hold your breath. We're going in. All right, there's our fuel line. And it is very much intact. So, not seeing any breaks. Well, I guess that's a good thing, right? See how clean the filter is. Like I said, I've already taken the blowgun and blew this all out. So, sweet. I want to take this vent off though and just make sure that it is clear because, like I said, we were building a good amount of pressure in there. All right, now I think it should just pry off like that. Starting to. There we go. And a little bit of crap in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So glad we're looking into it. I'll just gently blow out the flap. And now to make sure I didn't break anything, let's put the cap on and flip it this way. No drippy drippy. All right, are we priming now at least? It sounds better, but no, I'm not pulling any up. What's happening here? See if I can at least see something going on. See, something's going on down there because I shouldn't hear it. You should hear this part, not this part. And I'm hearing both, so we gotta dig in. Something screwy going on. So unfortunately, when I have it laying like that for a while, oh, maybe it isn't anymore. I got some drips coming out of that. Could have swore it. Yeah, there it goes. All right. So there is an issue with the vent. I'm just gonna pull this carb right off because I'm done playing games. And also, this primer bulb could probably stand to be replaced anyway. It's still pretty supple, but it's getting pretty dark. So 2 8mm nuts. This will come right out of our way. And is it that simple? Okay. Slide this forward. Just duck the ball down a bit. Come on. What are we hitting? Oh, we ran out of room on the throttle arm. Does that mean we gotta pull this part off? I think so. So what's happening is this linkage arm, when I go to slide it back, is actually hitting. And, or it's not long enough. One of the two. So, we'll crack this off. This should just split in half nicely, hopefully. Come on. Everything looks easier on YouTube. Give it a little persuasion. You're coming off one way or another, so You just don't know it yet. What am I missing? Oh, there we go. Oh, it was just rust. All right. So this will come out and down. Now, we should be able to get this right out of our way. Excellent. I'm going to get the carb out of our way before I start blowing a bunch of compressed air around absolutely everything down here in an attempt to make it cleaner. But I have a feeling we're going to find a crack in the line underneath this grommet or something of the sorts. All right, well, I forgot to hit record, but I just pried this vent out of the tank, and now I'm trying to work this part out gingerly. Don't want to break anything unless we have to. Come on. There it comes. All right. Now, what's the story here? What are you doing to me? Are we cracked? We gotta be, right? Let's pull that right off. Not seeing anything obvious. To the blowgun. All right, I got the end clamped off. Just gonna put a little pressure. What could happen? Are we leaking? No. So what is the story here? We were definitely hearing air. Right? I heard it. Am I just barking up the wrong tree here? Stop wiggling. Okay. I mean, this line is supple. They all are. All right, well, for your viewing pleasure, I have mocked up a gas tank. And I just want to see what's happening here. It's just not. Yeah. It's not working. It's sucking air from somewhere. I gotta get my ear in closer, see if I can hear it. All right, I'm getting tired of this. I'm gonna clamp this off and see if we still hear. What's happening there? Let's try this side. Okay. I wonder if it's the check ball inside the carb, because that's the return. This is the pickup. So I close off the return, and I can't make pressure? That's not making any sense. Let's rip this apart. All right, let's get to the bottom of this. I had to come out really far on those needles just to try to get it to run. So I would not be surprised if we have some sort of a crunchy diaphragm. But the whole priming thing, that's just throwing me for a loop, unless it's completely obvious and I'm just getting in my own head about it. But that's what these videos are for. I chase my tail so that you can watch and save yourself the chase. All right. That looks fine, right? Just gonna give that a little pop. I mean, it's right on the edge of what I would call supple. But we're already this far. What do we got in here? Flaps look good. Fuel filter. I actually think I just blew some crap out of that filter. All right. I think I'm going to clean all this off, throw it back together, because it's an easy enough carb to do, because I have to order parts anyway. You know, I need that vent, so I might just order a rebuild kit at the same time, but for my own curiosities, I wonder if we've improved things. I guess we can just test it in this little fake fuel tank I've made, right? See what I mean about, it's not hard per se, it's just very taut at the moment, which I guess it should be. So let's do it. And I am going to throw a new primer bulb on, because why not? I already have it off, and they are cheap and cheerful. So I won't make you watch me put this all back together. All right, here's hoping. Nah. Nope. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. What's that? Now, did I tear that? Or was that tear already there? I'm going to bet it was already there. But now it's gone. So let's see if that helped. Nope. Damn it. Wouldn't that have been fun? What is happening here? So let me tell you what I think is happening. I think there's a check ball inside this carburetor that's not checking itself. Because if I submerge the whole thing, you can see bubbles. So it's getting the push, but it's not getting the pull. It's just sucking air. Like it's just, see, it's pulling from somewhere else. I've asked him what he wants to do, and instead of fiddle with this one, he of course has gone with replacement. It's actually cheaper, close to the same price or cheaper, to get a known good aftermarket carburetor, which, you know, surprise, surprise, we know that. So yeah, I might tear into that a little bit just out of my own curiosities, but for now, let's slap this back on the machine and see if we win. Now again, I feel the need to remind some of you that this is a $100 blower on a good day. We are not in the business of, you know, spending good money after bad, wasting precious time and resources. We are in the business of keeping machines running for as long as they can and providing a useful life. Now I'm trying to show you guys that link back there and how you hook this back up. You're just gonna kind of sneak it in there and hook it, and then you just stick it right into the trigger itself, in case I didn't show you well enough the first time. Okay, I threw the vent back in until the new one comes because I don't want to spill fuel everywhere. And yeah, let's see if this thing, well actually, let's see if this one primes, because that would be a great place to start. There. That's how it should be. Excellent. Let's slap it together and fire it up. It's also worth noting that the new carb came with a brand new air filter. See? How about that? And finally got in the new vent piece. I'll put the part number right here. All right, she's primed. Choke is on. Let's see what we get. All right, well, for now, I'm calling that 2 down with 1 to go. And last but not least, the BG55, I believe, is going to be the oldest of the blowers we have. Filter, seen better days. Let's see, do we have, oh, wow. Yeah. This primer bulb is hard as a rock. I don't even think there's fuel in this one. Nope. So, it's kind of a good thing. Get to start fresh. Let's see if there's any crap in the tank. Watch your ears. Compressor always comes on at the best times. But, anyway, let's see the condition of the spark plug. I think how I'm going to approach this one is like I usually do. Just squirt a little fuel directly in, give it a couple pulls, and see where we're at. Go from there. That's all right. Not horrible, not horrible. Let's give her a squirt and see what we got. All right, plugs in, switches on, I hope. What do you think? I think it wants to. Yep. That actually ran for a decent amount of time for something with no fuel in it, huh? And you can see why I was kind of guessing on the on-off switch, but it looks like someone else used to guess before I did. So, why don't we improve upon that just so everyone else in the future doesn't wonder, just like we did. Huh? And I've taken the liberty of already taking these bolts out so you guys aren't staring at the back of my impact driver any longer than you have to, of course. And come on, wiggle, wiggle. Is it that one too? Oh, it is. All right. So we got 3 machine threads and 1 coarse thread. This feels fine. Everything's pretty clean in here. I still got the spark. I took the spark plug back out just because I want to clean it and double check the gap. Just kind of giving it a once over. And I could just throw fuel in it and see if it takes over, but this primer bulb is, like I said, it is like rock hard. So I'm gonna blow all this out, pull the carb off, and do it right. I think it's gonna be very similar to the last one with just these 3. There's the back of the gun. And hopefully that'll pry off. Might be stuck on rust just like the last one. Or I'm missing a screw, which I don't think I am. Give her a little persuasion. This plastic is it's been out in the sun, you can tell. It's weather faded. Like just a little bit of, screwdriver action, and it's flaking apart. So I'm really trying to be gentle as I can. But it can't be helped. And I think that's exactly what's happening here. It's just stuck on that shaft. Let's try thinner and wider for a change. Give it a little twist. I know it's not, but just for the hell of it, I'm taking this out. Just on the off chance. Like I said, guarantee that that's not actually holding it. Oh, I'm gonna destroy this plastic. I'm barely even touching it too. Oh, I think it's starting to come. A little bit. All right, I'm gonna wiggle with this for a while and turn you back on if I'm victorious. And we're in, kind of. And sure enough, it was the rusty shaft. I think it's supposed to come off on this side though. Otherwise, makes disassembly a little trickier. Yeah, come on. It's nice and easy, right? Trying to pry and wiggle. There we go. Now she's coming. Just holding pressure while I'm working it back and forth. Damn. All right. So that goes there, which means we can wiggle this. Could probably leave it in the trigger. Get that linkage right out of there. Onto the carb. Same as the last. 2 8mm nuts. Come on, give it up. Barely enough room to sneak things out of here. Watch your ears. Gonna give it a quick blow. Should be able to sneak these lines right off and down, hopefully. There it comes. All right, that's one. The other one's kind of hidden. See if I can just prop some needle nose and pry down against the carb. And that got it. There we go. It's out. And that should be carb in hand. Give it! Nice. To the bench. And here we are. So you can see these have similar looking caps, but if you notice, there's no stops. These were literally just put on there to help keep your screwdriver in, which is helpful instead of make it so you can't adjust the damn carb. Anyway, so yeah, these gloves are doing me an awful lot of good, I know. Get these going. So far, so good. At least none are blown up like the last escapade, right? Hand blowers are getting harder and harder to fix. Not as far as effort and work. It's as far as cost. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they're not exactly big money machines anymore. And people would much rather just yeah, that's no good. So it's a good thing we're in here. People would much rather throw them away rather than pay somebody, and I can see why. I mean, you can pick one up running for, you know, 50 to $100 in my area. So if you're giving back your other one, or sorry, putting your other one in for service, what are you expecting to pay the guy? You know, most people start at $100 an hour around here. That's much better. All right, I think I have one of these diaphragms. Yeah, you hear how crunchy? That wasn't coming back. And unfortunately, this one might turn into the same, you know, buy a cheap carburetor, give it a Hail Mary, and you know, run it for a few more years. Okay. A little bit of crap in there. Not the worst. Let me see if I have a diaphragm. Actually, let me see first if it will separate from the gasket, because that is quite the important step. I'm sort of just gently pushing with my pick sideways, trying to break the seal around. I think we did it. We're close. Almost. Victory. All right, let me see what I got. So unfortunately, we've struck out. Here's what we're after. And note the length of that pin in the middle. Very flat, very demure. Here's one that would fit, you know, bolt pattern wise, but look at how high that center pin is. And what that is, that pushes down on the needle to let fuel in. Now, I do have one of these 3-hole ones that in the past I've made work in a pinch. And it looks to be the same height, maybe a hair smaller. Come on, focus. Yeah, it's just a hair smaller than the original one. So, would it work? Possibly. No, it's a hair smaller, yeah. I've made this work in 4-bolt pattern ones before, but nope. So, order a kit or order a whole carb. I think you guys know the answer. Hey guys, so I just want to jump in real quick and say, I'm editing this as we speak. I lost the footage of actually getting the new carb and putting the new carb on there, but rest assured, it is brand new, also brand new filter. So just want to show you that before we continue on. And action. All right, so we got that all together. Just put some fresh mixed gas in. Switch is on. Got it all primed up. It looks like it's a flathead to do these adjustments, so I got that at the ready. But well, let's see where we're at. Fire in the hole. Still a little cold, I think. Runs great for an old blower. See, it's not that I think they're throwaways or that they're, you know, once they get a little older, just chuck them and get a new one. It's just that, you know, throwing a couple cheap parts in, get you a couple years of life out of it versus chucking it in the friggin' scrapyard and going and buy a $200 blower that's going to give you the same problems in a couple years because you don't take care of it. And I'm calling it a wrap on this one, guys. 3 handheld blowers back in service. living to die another day. Till next time, guys.